Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. Well, today I guess we're going to do Assassin's Creed because, you know, Aftermath Part 2, I guess. To be fair, it looks like there's some interesting cards in here, but, I mean, at this point, are we really just paying for the reprint price, like with the higher lottery? I don't know, let's take a look. So before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We get 1,000 subscribers, we're going to hit some giveaways and start having them every time we get a milestone. So pony up there, big dog, and hook a brother up. So don't forget, all these cards from my box opening series we're doing right now will be going up on sale in eBay TCG Player probably this weekend after I get them sorted. Oh, God. Anyway, moving on. So we're going to start with the starter box from Assassin's Creed. This is a box you can buy for $20. It comes with 2 decks you can pre-play. One deck will have Ivor, Battle Ready, White, Red, and 3 for a 5/5 Vigi with haste. Whenever it attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipment you control to each opponent. Very interesting. It's also a human assassin warrior. Now, the mythic in the other deck is Enzo, Blade of Vengeance, Black, Blue, and 3 for a 5/5 Death Toucher, because 5/5 needs Death Touch. Not like it's just going to kill shit anyway. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's kind of cool. So yeah, not bad cards. They are mythics. The starter deck's about $20 a piece. We don't know what else is in the starter deck other than these two. So we'll have to wait to see if anything more juicy is in there, I'll say. But as of right now, these are the special cards from the starter deck. Also, we have Sword of Feast and Famine reprint, because why not, I guess? They just reprint this in every fucking set until it's $5. 3 colorless, equipped creature just +2/+2, has protection from black and green. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you untap all your lands. So, basic sword. I mean, I do like the fact that it's a sword, but reprint's getting deep, especially in this set. Next, we have Hidden Blade. 2 colorless with flash, enters the battlefield, attached to target creature you control. If that creature is an assassin, it gains Death Touch in return. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has first strike. Wow. This is incredible uncommon. For 2 colorless, you give a creature +1/+0 and first strike. Already very powerful for 2 colorless. And it equips for 2 colorless to any other creature. However, if the creature is an assassin, it also gains Death Touch, meaning it becomes nearly impossible to kill, because 1 damage with first strike will kill anything, no matter how many times you block it. I think this card should not have been an uncommon, and I think we're going to see it come up in a lot of decks. I mean, this is not supposed to be a set to be drafted, but if it was, Jesus, this would be insane. Next, we have Temporal Trespass reprint. Yep, we're doing this again. 3 blue and 8 colorless. It has Delve, so for every card you exile from your graveyard, it becomes 1 less colorless to cast. Take an extra turn after this one, and then you exile it. So if you're lucky, for 3 blue, you get an extra turn. Really good. They put this into Magic the Gathering Arena. Oh boy, is it going to be a mess. Anyway, moving on. We have the Cover of Darkness, black and 1 enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type have fear. If you know, for you newer folks who don't know or remember what fear is, they can only be blocked by artifact or creatures that are black. That's what fear does. Doesn't matter what color they are, but they can only be blocked by artifacts and black creatures. Actually, pretty powerful. Not gonna lie, a lot better than Menace. Next, we have Conspiracy. 2 black and 3 enchantment. Enters the battlefield, you get to choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. I don't remember exactly what this plays well in, but it doesn't see a lot of play. So yeah, it's only a rare. I mean, It's 5 mana. Next, we have the Spear of Leonidas. Why is this in this set? Anyway, red and 2 for a legendary artifact equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you get to choose one. You get Bull Rush. It gains double strike at the end of turn. Summon, create Phobos, a legendary 3/2 red horse creature token. Or Revelation, discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. Equips for 2 colorless. So this is really good. Fortunately, it does not come into play and immediately attach to something like most artifacts seem to do these days. Because my God, would that be horrifying. And this thing would be so powerful. Luckily, you have to equip it. But if you get this equipped to something, damn, it's powerful. Moving on, we have the Animus. Legendary artifact, 2 colorless. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target legendary creature card from a graveyard with a memory counter on it. You can tap this until your next turn. Target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of target creature card in exile with a memory counter on it. Activate only as a sorcery. Still really good. If this was instant speed, my God, it'd be insane. But just the fact that at the beginning of your end step, you can exile cards from your opponent's graveyard without a cost, pretty powerful. It's only 2 colorless, and the ability to turn your things into other things seems good. Now, again, if they're not playing legendary creatures or legendary creature cards, this does nothing but sit there. So, not the best. I even struggle to see this get played in Commander because you honestly can't count on legendary creatures. However, in Commander, normally everything is legendary because that's what's powerful, and you only need 1 anyway. So, I mean, maybe. Next, we have Cleopatra, Exiled Pharaoh. So, black, green, and 2 for a 2/4. Allies at the beginning of your end step, putting a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other legendary creatures. Betrayal, whenever a legendary creature with counters on it dies, draw a card. For each counter on it, lose 2 life. This is very interesting. If you're playing a lot of legendary creatures, Commander, you can just start pumping counters on stuff. Now, mind you, it doesn't just have to be a +1/+1 counter from this. It says when it dies, draw a card for each counter on it. This could be a flying counter, -1 counter. This could be a shield counter, which won't happen because the shield will go away first. But you get my point. There's tons of counters currently, not just +1/+1 counters. This does give them freely, making it easier to draw stuff. And you lose 2 life, but you draw a card for every counter. You don't lose 2 life for every card you draw. So, could be good. Next, we have Leonardo da Vinci. Blue and 2 for this 3/3. 2 blue and 3 until the end of turn. Thopters you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. For blue and 2, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. If the discarded card was an artifact card, exile it from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that is a copy of it, except it's an O2 Thopter artifact creature with flying in addition to its other types. Now, this is really powerful because you could put something in play like, I don't know, an O2 flying Shieldred that has the abilities of Shieldred. Yeah, you're not going to punch anybody in the face with it, but it still does Shieldred things. Just like anything else, Grizzlebrand, Emrakul, any of the Eldrazi's that have Annihilator. Yeah, you won't be hitting them for damage, but you'll be getting rid of their shit. Atraxa, all the Atraxas, you name it. Like, this is a very powerful card. Yes, they're O2 Thopters, but sometimes at the end of the day, it's about the creature ability, not how big the creature is. Next, we have Enzo Adore da Frenzy. Legendary creature, human assassin. Menace, assassin spells you cast have free running 2 black. You may cast a spell for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or a commander. Whenever you deal combat damage to a player, you may pay Wooberg, one of every color. If that player has 10 or less life, when you do, that player loses the game. Holy shit, is this good? Wowzers. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a very popular commander, so buckle up. Anyway, moving on. We have Altar Ibn La-Ahad. I'm probably butchering these. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Black, white, and red for a 3/3 first striker. When it attacks, exile to one target assassin creature card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Then, for each creature card you own in exile with a memory counter on it, create a tapped and attacking token. That's a copy of it. Exile those tokens at the end of combat. Again, another shenanigan card for the graveyard that can be very, very powerful. So, next we have Cassandra Eagle Bearer, white, red, 1 for a 2/2 haster. When it enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand in a library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Imagine that. Put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Very powerful. This thing's going to be amazing because for 3 mana, you get a 2/2 and the Spear. If you're playing red and white, you might as well play both of them because odds are 50-50 you'll draw Cassandra first, and you can just search the Spear out of your deck, which is free. And everybody loves free. So, yeah. So, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think? How's Assassin's Creed stacking up for you? Is it worth the overinflated price for smaller packs? Or do you think it's really just Aftermath Part 2? So, until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.